So, this chair is making a lot of noise. I just bought this shirt. I'll just shift this chair. And I bought it in Vejle yesterday, Saturday. And I'm so excited. It's my first t-shirt, if you can call that, the traditional Ukrainian pattern. And there was a Ukrainian culture day in the city of Vejle, Denmark yesterday, and it was so cool. And I bought this shirt. I bought a couple of other things from the market there. So I got this cloth. I don't know what it's for, but I will put it on my table, definitely. And a sticker for my fridge saying "Все буде Україні." Everything will be Ukraine, and some flags. I always buy souvenirs whenever I can. So this event was super. And the measurement I use is I brought my 85-year-old mother to this event. And she was excited. She couldn't stop talking on the way home about how great this event was. There was music, there was a guitar player and a singer, there was a fiddle player, and there was folk dance, dancing ensembles from different places. It was just so nice. Funny enough, somebody had parked a car right in the middle of the square. It was in front of the city, in the center of the city, and yeah, that was just a funny detail, but it was amazing, really. So I wasn't sure if my mother would love this event, and I was kind of afraid she would want to go home after an hour or two. But it lasted from 11 to 3 p.m. and she was there almost all the time, like from 11 to 2:30 p.m. And the event was almost over there, so it was time to go home. But she absolutely adored it, and she's been talking about it since, like on the whole trip home and today also. So that's a wonderful endorsement of an event. That's what I think, because my mother gets tired really easy. She is, after all, 85. Anyway, so it was amazing for me too. I was filming video, so some of the time I couldn't pay attention to everything, but I went to, there was Ukrainian food, and it was not just Ukrainian food. It was, of course, borscht en masse, and that was enough for everyone. And it was, of course, you had to pay for it because they need money for these kind of activities, but it wasn't expensive. So anyway, I went up there, and they were all Ukrainians, of course, and I was so thrilled that when I said "Skilki kosztuje borscht," I think something along those lines. It means, how much does the borscht cost? And one of them started saying, well, it costs, and then she looked at me and said, "Oh, you speak Ukrainian." And that's just an amazing reaction. Not because I am, bragging about my skills. I'm actually not at all fluent in Ukrainian yet, but I spent a lot of time and effort on learning this language, and it's so amazing to see how Ukrainians are happy about somebody taking the time and making an effort to understand their culture through the language. So every such conversation motivates me to keep learning. I also talked to a young couple, and I asked them if they were, I'm going to spare you from more Ukrainian if you're not familiar with the language, but I asked them if they were a couple. She was Ukrainian and he was Danish, and this woman also looked at me and said, "You speak Ukrainian. How cool is that?" So you always get a lot of contact with people when you make an effort, not just put on a cap or buy one of their shirts, but make an effort to understand. Anyway, everything was cool, and it must resonate with a lot of people, because I just made a Facebook post about the event today, and it's already gained several thousand views and a lot of reactions and a lot of shares. So that's super cool too. And I think that's because, a lot of people, they need positive stories about Ukraine, and they love that there are actually these events. I will put a link to the next event that I know of in Vejle. It's on August 30, I think. And and it's a theater play of some sort. I met a woman from Vejle who is a Ukrainian who is acting as an interpreter or working as a volunteer interpreter in Vejle. And she told me about this event, so I will definitely be going there if I'm back from Ukraine at that time, because I'm going soon. So about this event in Vejle, I made a lot of photos and videos, and I think I will make a proper video about the event, because it was just so nice. So stay tuned for that. And I think that's about it. It's getting late here, and most people are not watching live anyway, but I'll see you on the next one, and Slava Ukraini.